Thanks for watching, everybody, and welcome to Poe Outdoors. I've got the best kept secret in bow vices here in the home shop, and it's a shame that it's the best kept secret because I'm going to tell you right now, this thing is exceptional. It is the ultimate bow vise by Howard's Total Vise, and I'm going to go over the features for you today, tell you about my experiences with it, any pros or cons, and we'll stick a bow in it too, show you the features and how it works. But I'm going to first give you the two reasons why I bought it. Actually, one. The other one is going to be tied in with the function of it. But when I was doing my research on buying a vise, I was looking at several good ones out there. This one met the criteria. It grabbed by the riser. I wanted nothing to do with a vise that grabbed the limbs. Number one, for damage. Number two is leverage. I wanted to be in the middle of the bow. It's more solid. You get less flex. A truer reading on your levels as well when your level's closer to the vise. Simple math, simple physics, and I'm not that smart. So I went to the Total Vise YouTube channel, and Jeff absolutely knocked it out of the park with his demonstration video because he flat out said nobody even comes close to this vise on the market. Nobody. And I just love that confidence. He believes in his product so much that he says nobody can come close. And after owning this for a few weeks, building one bow from box to bullet hole and working on D-loops and kisser buttons and strings on another bow. Jeff, you don't have to convince me. I am so glad I bought this thing, and I have zero doubt it is the best and most versatile vise on the market. So what is the other reason? Very simply, this one right here. It's actually got a bushing on one side and a crank on the other, which will allow you to raise this thing, all right? So a lot of vices on the market, tighten the bushing down. A lot of vices on the market have a riser, so your press or your vise is going to be up high, or they're right down on the table, so it's going to be low. I can put this thing wherever I need it. Let's take a look at a bow. I mean, you've got cams, sights, stabilizers, strings. You've got things to rest in different positions. You need to have that at different heights, and this thing allows you to put it exactly where you need it. And the coolest thing about that is not only do I raise it up, but it doesn't lock it down. I can still rotate this thing 360 degrees all the way around. If I do want to lock it down, I can do that as well. And I'm going to tell you something, when it comes to locking things down on this vise, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. These grips, this lever, the thick steel, the heavy duty fasteners are so industrial and overbuilt that it really helps make those finite adjustments when you're working on maybe your sights, your second and third axis. And you guys who built your bows out there understand, sometimes when you get a vise that's got little tiny knobs or it's grabbing by the limbs and you go to tighten that down, all right, I got the bubble in the middle, and you go to tighten it and the bubble slides out. This thing is so overbuilt, and again, no flex in the steel, that when I want to tighten it down, and I'll throw a bow in here in a second, that's all you have to do. And it just doesn't tighten that down there. It doesn't move. You can't pull that or push that. And that's just a simple lockdown of that mechanism. The knobs are same. Can rotate that, tighten that down, and I can't rotate it. Very well built. In fact, overbuilt. So let's take a look at that bow again. This is a brand new Bowtech Reckoning Gen 2 36. Just put this together last weekend. This vise was instrumental in speeding that process up. And we want a vise, if we pay the money that we buy new bows for, we want to be able to tighten that down and not have to worry about our bows falling down on the concrete or tilting forward into the wall or the table. So you can see that thing is just rock solid. I'm going to show you some of the functionality. I'm going to leave the vertical adjustment up, and I'm going to loosen this, and I'm going to turn it, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and tighten it from there. I'm going to grab the lever in the back, all right? And I'm going to tilt it forward. Got more leverage coming this way than I do the other way. Don't want to butt my sight. And I'm going to go ahead and then just tighten it down. Again, I don't have to wrench on it. This thing is not going anywhere. From this point, I'm going to lower it because I'm going to show you another great feature of this vise. So when I get it down here, if you notice, that strings at a great height. I can work on my D loop, my nose button, my peep, whatever I want to. My rest is right here. On rotating mod bows like the Bowtech, you've got your bolts on one side that loosen your mods and rotate them around. So if I need to move my mods, change draw length, I can work on a mod on one side, and then here's a really cool feature of this vise. I can just turn it right around here and I can work on my draw stops on the other side. I don't have to take it out of the vise and flip it over. Every time you pull this thing out of the vise, let's face it, you're risking dropping it, banging the cams on something. You're risking damage, okay? And it will turn 360 degrees. So I can take it over here and lock it, work on my draw stops, do what I need to do. My sights, my rest is here, whatever. It's all right there, and it's just rock solid, okay? So let's say we're working on sights. Go ahead and rotate this up. And my stabilizer is bumping there, but we can put this anywhere we need it, all right? So I'm working on my sights, get my second axis set. I'm gonna go ahead and just bump this up. Let's move this up here, and then I can show you, I can demonstrate for real. Second axis is already set. If I need to level that, I loosen here. I can move my bow where I want it, get my bubble level in there. And again, because you're so overbuilt, so solid, just that crank right there, and that bubble did not move, and it's rock solid. The bow doesn't move. Tilt it forward for my third axis. Again, if you're out a little bit, you need to make an adjustment. I can do that, and I can just lock it down. I don't have to wrench on it and worry about it moving. That bubble is dead nut right in the middle. So guys, that's it as far as functionality goes. I am going to show you an extra that comes with it, and we're going to talk about the customer service. Yes, I already have experience with the customer service, but don't freak out. It was actually a great experience, okay? Let's go ahead and pull the clamp out, and that thing is heavy. I wish I could tell you how heavy it was. I should have weighed it. Take a look at the construction on that thing. The springs, the fasteners, it's a tank. Absolutely solid. Now, let's say you prefer to work off your stabilizer mount. This is included. Tighten that in there. And it does have a hole too, so you can put a wrench or a screwdriver or whatever, and you can crank that in if you need to. I actually love working off the riser, but some people would rather work off the stabilizer. What I do like about having dual stabilizer threads on this is I can leave my quick disconnect if I wanted to, and I can use it that way. Same functionality. If I want to tilt it, I can do that, lock it in. I don't have to worry about this thing falling. It's too solid. It's not going anywhere, all right? So, last but certainly not least, customer service. They were getting ready to ship my vise, and I got an email from Ann. Just seemed really nice, even just by email. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes, but Ann let me know that they were ready to ship my vise, but they didn't have my clamp base ready. Now, as you can see, this will fit inside there. This is what I ordered the vise with. The vise was ready, the clamp was not. So what they did is they sent this permanent mount base with the vise and then shipped this about a week later when it was finished. No charge, no follow-up emails necessary. Just awesome. Absolutely blown away. If they're going to take care of me as a brand new customer, if I ever had an issue with it, which I don't foresee, it's a lifetime vise, it's reassuring to know I can get a hold of the folks there and they're going to take care of me. They've showed that. And the cool thing about this is I can take this to a buddy's house. I can take it to camp. I can put it on a truck tailgate. Wherever I need to take this vise, I can do it. All right. So in closing, if I had one tiny, puny little request, that would be to make an option for the rubber that's inside of the clamp. Now it is adjustable. You can adjust with this bolt. You can run it in or out. That's going to allow you to adjust that clamp angle right there. But the Bowtechs and the Athens and bows that you really grip on the riser, they're very thin. I just wanted something a little bit better. I really wanted the clamp square. So I went to Harbor Freight. I spent $1.99, not a big deal. And I bought some of the rubber tread. It's self-adhesive. I made a template, cut it out, and I stuck it on there, and it is rock solid. So the only suggestion I would make is maybe as an upgrade, you want thicker rubber, or maybe a sleeve that slides over that can accommodate everything from Baird, Matthews, Hoyt, Bowtech, Athens, all of the above. Now that's puny. I'm gonna tell you right now, I would buy this thing again, and I would do that modification again without question and not even think about my purchase. This thing came in almost $80 less than the nearest competitor that was highly suggested and that I almost went with. But I am so pleased with my purchase. I absolutely love this vise, guys. And thank you, Jeff, for your sales work on your demonstration on your YouTube channel. Couldn't be happier with my purchase. It has performed flawlessly. The customer service was already exceptional, and a little bit of rubber inside of a clamp of a vise, who cares? Definitely not a deal breaker for me. Cannot recommend this vise enough. Unfortunately, it's archery's best kept secret. I hope this video changes that and more of you decide to go with the ultimate bow vise from Total Vise. Thank you all for watching.